So today on Sawtooth Tactical, we have a very feature-rich pistol. This is the Canik TP9 Elite Combat. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. Today I've got another great pistol for review. This is the Canik TP9 Elite Combat. And this was loaned to me for review from my friend Ryan. Ryan, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to all of you who are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you as well. The Canik TP9 Elite Combat is very interesting. It's a partnership with Salient Arms, which makes some of the higher end Gucci Glock parts. This barrel is from Salient Arms. So is the aluminum Magwell. And it's just got a lot of great features right out of the box. Threaded barrel, optic cut. I'm impressed so far. So Canik is one of those brands that offers a lot for what you pay for it. They come out of Turkey. They're imported by Century Arms, which is probably most famous for importing the Wasser 10 AK. Now what I have is a Wasser 1063. Mine's from 1967. That's before Century started importing them. But they also import MP5 clones from Turkey. They're one of the bigger firearms importers. And they import the Caniks, which these are NATO approved pistols, approved for military use. And what you get for the price point is pretty amazing. This pistol, I mean, take a look at it. There are a lot of features here. Just about everything that you could want on a combat pistol. Hence the name TP9 Elite Combat, excuse me, not compact. And it is not really a compact pistol. It kind of is, as far as like the grip size goes. But when you put a red dot on it, and you've got the threaded barrel, and the mag extension and everything, this thing is far from compact. But it's just amazing what you get with this. I've put like $1,000 into my M&P just to get it close to what this is, and I don't even have a threaded barrel. This comes optics ready. It's a cut for a red dot. It comes with, it's the TP9 Elite Combat. Let's just start here. It's a partnership with Salient Arms. Now Salient makes like Gucci Glock parts that are generally very expensive. They're some of the more higher end Glock parts that you can get. And this Canik comes with a bunch of them. It's got a threaded barrel that is titanium nitride coated. And it also has these cuts on it. It's a very nice, very high-end barrel. You also get a Salient Arms aluminum Magwell, which makes reloads very nice and easy if you don't drop it like I just did. It's got this is actually Canik, the mag extension here. But Salient just does a great job making this into a fantastic pistol. And it's just got a lot of really, really great features. You know, like I said, you can put a suppressor or a compensator on here if you'd like. It's ready for that. Unfortunately, I didn't have a suppressor to run on it today to try that out. But if I did, it would do it. The other thing about the Caniks, and probably what they are most well known for, is the stock out-of-the-box trigger. Now, I'm a little spoiled, especially with the Apex trigger that I've put in my M&P, but I am impressed with this trigger. Mainly with the shape of the trigger shoe. If you can see that there, it's got a flat face trigger, but the actual trigger safety is basically the whole trigger shoe, so it's very, very comfortable on your finger. which is really nice. It's not like a Glock where the trigger safety kind of sticks out. This trigger feels very comfortable and very flat on the pad of your finger. Now, the initial take-up is extremely smooth. Then you reach a little bit of a false wall, and there's some more creep there after that. But then a very nice crisp break. And then the reset. Oops. So, break. Reset. Break. It's a very nice trigger. And if you're shooting off of that reset, it's really easy. So let's come take a look at this thing up close because it's pretty sweet. One of my very favorite things about the Canik line of pistols are the triggers. And the TP9 Elite Combat specifically has a very nice trigger right out of the box. I love the design of the trigger shoe itself. It's extremely comfortable. I do love a pistol with a red dot. I'll be doing a full review of this Vortex Viper as well in the coming weeks. So here we have a close-up of the Canik TP9 Elite Combat. This is a holster that actually comes with the pistol. Just one more thing that makes this such a great value. And it comes with a lot more than just the holster too. I do have this on loan from a friend of mine. Thank you, Ryan. So I don't have the full case and package here in front of me, but you can look it up. It just comes with all kinds of great stuff. Cleaning things, tools to get your thread protector off, just everything that you could possibly need, including the base plates for different optics. And this one has a Vortex Viper mounted on it. I do have a review of this red dot coming in a couple weeks as well. But let's take a look at this thing. So let's take a look at that trigger pull again up close. So like I said, really nice flat face trigger shoe, smooth take up, false wall, little bit of grit, and a very crisp break. And then the reset, short and sweet, and right back at the wall. Thing is really nice. Now it also has back here, this is actually a cocked striker. Tells you that your striker's cocked. So you can see there when the striker's cocked, you see that? And then if you pull the trigger, it disappears. So you can tell if your pistol's cocked or not. Now it also has a loaded chamber indicator here. I'm not gonna load it right now, but if the chamber is loaded, this thing sticks up a little bit. So say you're in the dark or something, and you couldn't see that there's a round in there, you can feel here and know that your chamber is loaded and that your pistol is hot. Now this thing does have the Vortex Viper Red Dot on it, which as you can see, 6 MOA dot, which is nice and crisp. And that's actually turned way up from being out at the range in the sun today. So there you can see, very nice and crisp. But aluminum Magwell from Salient Arms, which is very nice. Makes for quick, easy reloads. And it also kind of pushes your grip, your fingers up into the grip nice and high, which is a really good feature of that Magwell as well. It's got an extended mag release, which is very, very easy to operate without having to change up your grip, which is nice. It's got a full Picatinny accessory rail for lights, lasers, whatever you'd want to use. It's got front and rear cocking serrations on the slide, and a true slide release. So a lot of guns, you know, they just call this a slide lock, but this one truly is a slide release, which is nice. It also has the fiber optic front sight. You don't get a rear sight when you have your red dot mounted, unfortunately, but as long as your red dot's working, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's break it down really quick and take a look at this Salient Arms barrel, because that is also very nice. It's a fluted barrel. So we're gonna pull this back a little bit. Pull these down, kind of like a Glock. And then it kind of just comes right off like that instead of having to come all the way forward. Then you have your steel captured recoil spring. You do have to unscrew your thread protector to get the barrel out because that's not going to fit through the end of your slide. Now, if you look at this barrel, it's titanium nitride coated and fluted. And this is a very, very nice upgrade to get right out of the box. For the price of this, which is around $700 right now, you sure do get a lot for your money, which is really nice. Let's put it back together. You can see in there the way the trigger functions. Goes back together just like that. Put your thread protector back on. And that is that. It is not a bad pistol by any means. And if you want a lot of features for not a lot of money, I recommend the Canik. I gotta say, one of the other nice things about this Canik is you get a 15 round magazine, but a plus 3 round base plate for a total of 18 rounds capacity. Unfortunately, I don't have a suppressor to test on this, but it is nice to have that option. The threaded salient arms barrel is a sweet extra touch. So I've shot this pistol once before taking it out for review today, and from my very first rounds through it, I was really impressed with this trigger. The trigger on it is really nice, but also it's such a high value that you get all these upgrades, all the stuff that you'd want to put into a stock pistol, and you get them right out of the box. And that's probably the best thing about the Canik TP9 Elite Combat. Now, when this came out, this was Canik's top of the line pistol. They've put out some since then, and they all come with a ton of features for what you pay for them, which is just one of the sweet things about the Canik. The grip feels really good. It's got a good texture on the back strap and the front strap, and a nice undercut in here so you can get nice up and high on it. It also does have your some texture up here on what would be your gas pedals, so you can drive that with your thumb, which is also really nice. Having the red dot on it as well just makes it that much easier to shoot fast and accurate, which is really nice. And we are going to be doing a review of this red dot soon, as well as a video comparing the Canik to the Glock 19X to the M&P 2.0 in a polymer frame striker fired pistol showdown. So that will be next week's Tuesday video. I hope you are all subscribed so that you don't miss that. If you enjoyed my breakdown of the Canik TP9 Elite Combat, please drop a like, leave me a comment. If you are familiar with Canik pistols, I want to know what you think about them, because I'm impressed so far. I've put a bunch of rounds through it today, but that is the totality of my experience with them. So I would love to know how reliable they are in the long run with lots of rounds. From what I've been able to tell, the owner of this Canik, Ryan, has not had any real issues with it, and he's been very happy with it. I was at my local gun shop the other day, actually talking to someone that worked there about this pistol, and they said that these are like the new hot thing. These are what a lot of people are going to because of what you get for the amount of money that you spend. And the gun hobby is a very expensive hobby. And so if you can find something that is high value but is not cheap, then that's just a really good thing. And from what I've seen so far, the Canik TP9 Elite Combat is very, very high value. So thank you again, Ryan, for loaning this to me. Please drop me a comment on your experience with Caniks in general or the TP9 Elite Combat. I'd love to know if you've suppressed it and how well it ran. But anyway, please subscribe to the channel. Next week, like I said, we'll be comparing this to the Glock 19X to the MP 2.0. So stay tuned. From Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.